Passengers. Sarah Straw was on board that flight. She was in the bathroom as the pilot was pounding on the door. She joins us now by phone from Las Vegas. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I just can't imagine how you felt in that bathroom. Did you realize at first who was pounding on the door?
Yeah, you see, what happened was I went to the restroom like anybody else, and all of a sudden, towards the end, I heard someone pounding on the door. And my first initial reaction was it was just somebody who really needed to use the restroom. Then I noticed that the door was trying to be forcefully opened, and it was jarred open a bit. And then when I left, the pilot was who was standing right there. And at that moment, he was frantically saying how he needed to get in there, he had to get in there. My initial reaction was maybe he was sick. You know, your mind doesn't go, well, my mind doesn't go to the worst case scenario. So I went to my seat, afterwards like any other, just assuming that maybe he wasn't feeling well or something like that. And then while he was in the bathroom, from there, one of the flight attendants had grabbed the off-duty pilot that was sitting in the row behind me and took him into the cockpit. Meanwhile, the pilot who was in the restroom came out, and they had a conversation with the flight attendants like everything was normal. They proceeded to the back of the plane, and then within a good 2 minutes, all of a sudden I see that pilot beelining frantically towards the cockpit door, screaming how he had to get in there. He needed to, throttle down the plane. There was a bomb on the plane. They're going to take us down. And then that's when all the gentlemen jumped up and restrained him.
So at this point, are you just praying?
At this point, I'm not going to lie. My first initial thought went back to the days of 9/11, and all I kept thinking of was, okay, is this what they went through? Is this how they felt? This sense of not knowing your life was in somebody else's hands at this point, and that is the scariest feeling you can possibly imagine go through. And I can't help but think, is this what they all felt like? And their result, obviously, as we all know, was not as lucky as ours. But, you start thinking of the what ifs. What if he had gotten into that cockpit? What if, he flew that plane for the first 3 hours? What if that co-pilot didn't recognize him and kick him out? You start playing these mind games with yourself, and that's where I was headed. And then I had a little bit of an asthma attack, and I kind of had to calm myself down.
Oh.